Okay, let's say like one simple glance, okay, how in the form of coding. So all are familiar with the things, and let's see how we can declare in the Python. We already have seen, but so I will just run the code and just see how it is happening, and guys have already understood the things. If you have any doubts, you can ask in between. So as already I have mentioned, we will try to label the value, right? So for that, we try to take one variable name. So I have taken here the letter equal to 5. 5 is a kind of value. So it is an integer value. Values can be of any types. We, ha we have already discussed about the types as well. Integer, float. These are the numeric type. And we have discussed one more thing called string. So Y variable is the string. Okay. If you want to display the output, you use print function. So this is called print function. It is used for displaying the output values. I can say. So we say this as Jupyter notebook. I will tell you how you can create this file. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. So then after, we have discussed one point in the last class that variables are case sensitive. I have shown the example, but I did not clear about exactly the last class, right? For example, let's take one example, right? I have created, is this the string or integer? Can anyone tell me what kind of data it is? Is it integer or
It is string.
okay? If you want to check what kind of data it is, we have one function called type in Python. Okay, just write type, and in that just mention the variable name. It will show what type of data it is. It is a string. Okay. So everything in Python, it is a object oriented. I will let you know in further classes what is object oriented, and everything in Python are classes. Even if you don't understand, just ignore this part. But in Python, everything is our object. Okay, it is based on completely the concept called OOPS concept. So that's why you can see class and string. Okay. So this is a kind of string data type.
If I will put anything in double commas, right? So that would be string, right?
We can put either double quotations or single quotation that will consider as string. Whatever
Okay.
we put inside the quotations.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I wanted to discuss this point about case sensitive.
Excuse me.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the
Yeah, Yusuf.
output is always variables, right?
The output.
Yeah.
I mean, come again. What did you say?
Yeah, I said if you put anything in the variables and you said print
Strings, integers, or
integers,
any
and then the
float
output
numbers.
is, yeah, the output is always the variables, right?
The output is going to be the whatever the value you have assigned. Here you have assigned float number to this variable, right? So
Yeah.
whatever you have stored, that will get displayed.
But
That's the
these
thing.
are inputs right now. These are inputs right now. A equals
It's
12.
like constant variables. It's not like complete inputs. Yeah, you can say input, but these are the constant variables we are declaring.
Yeah, they are
Constant
constant variables.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
constant
Okay.
variables.
Okay.
because we are not giving anything from the user side. We are not giving anything like dynamically right now. So, okay, just like we are giving statically, like constant data we are providing. We are not going to do anything with this.
All right.
Okay, whatever you are going to assign here, it's going to display here. Can give any type of data over here. We will discuss about the data types. I will tell you there are so many data types out there. We will go through that further.
All right.
So I wanted to discuss this point. Last class I discussed, but it was not completed yet. So up to this thing, you guys cleared, but let me tell you why I'm stretching this point. So I will let you know. First, suppose I have declared, let me take another variable now, okay? My variable equal to something like I give it as I have declared it as Farhin, okay? I have given some other variable name. Sally. As a person, when we see this, we think that my variable and my variable naming conventions are similar. But what happens? Python is a case sensitive. What does it mean? It will consider this one as one variable and this one as another variable. Okay. But as we see, it seems to be similar, right? The names are similar, but here the values are different. So entirely, it's going to be two separate different variables. If we try to print here using print function, can you see here?
Because they
So
are two
while mentioning
separate
the
variables.
sorry, because
I said because they are two separate variables. They are not the same thing.
exactly. Even though you mention the same name with a different conventions, it will consider as two separate variables. Okay.
Okay.
Dikvijay, does it make sense? Do you have any doubt?
No, clear.
Next. Okay, Ashish, you asked about this one, right? We can declare the string in double quotations or single quotations. See, whatever the points I have mentioned, this is a kind of way of declaring. We can declare with letters. We can give underscore in between, separate by underscore, or we can start with underscore. We can start with small letter, then after begin with the capital letters. You can give the capital letters, or you can assign the alphanumeric letters and number. Okay, but cannot start with 2. I mean the numbers. Okay, and you cannot give in between any special characters. I have given hyphen here. That is also wrong, and I have separated with space between two variables. That is also wrong. So these are the things you should not do while declaring the variables. Otherwise, it will throw syntax error. Here you can see I got invalid decimal literal. Here you should not start with the number. Okay. Next, apart from this, sometimes we want to assign the variable names like some descriptive manner or some short name in order to make it more precise. For that, we have three kind of stylings, or three kind of types. We can name it. The kind of order everyone follows. We have three types of variables like declarations: camel case, Pascal case, and snake case. So what will we do? First, suppose we want to combine three different words into one single variable name. You can follow the camel case. So it will start with small letter first, then followed by capital letters of the following words. Pascal case. this convention, Pascal case, most of the conventions followed in classes. I told the class, right? Python itself is a kind of OOPS concept. So in OOPS concept, we have concept called class. So in that declaring the class, we use this kind of naming convention. Even though you don't understand, don't think much about that, just try to understand. So that is the one kind of example where we use this Pascal case. And coming to the snake case, each word is separated by underscore, okay? So this is generally the style we follow, the convention we follow for the variables. You can follow this one for the variables. You can follow for this one the class, for the functions and methods. I will share this notebook as well in the group, okay? You guys can go through it. Next. So in variables, when we are trying to assign variables, sometimes we want to assign the same value to multiple variables or different values at a time, okay? What happened here? I have previously first suppose or else like okay, rather than assigning like this, you can assign all the variable names in one line. Okay. So here you are declaring 3 variables and here you have to give 3 data values. It seems to be one liner declaration of variables and it seems very precise. Okay. This is the kind of style everyone follows. If you try to write like this, it will increase the number of lines of code. It seems to be huge code, right? So when you try to write like this, it seems to be very simpler and anyone can understand easily. It looks good as well. And when you want to assign the same value to multiple variables, you can directly assign like this. Rather than mentioning like equal to orange or like same orange. So you can directly give it like this. So it will directly assign to all these three XYZ variables. Okay, I will discuss this thing later. Okay, when I discuss about the list. Yeah, Digvijay say.
No, I'm not seeing anything.
Okay. So this is about all the variables, how we assign and how we can maintain, simplicity while writing the or declaring the variables. Just go through it. If you have any doubts, we will discuss. So this is up to the variables. If you have any doubts, let me know. I will move to the next concept. Any doubts up to the variables?
Not right now.
Okay.
Hayat, can you scroll
Uh-huh.
it? Can you scroll it to the camel case? One.
Camel. Okay.
Each word. Okay. Got it.
Nothing. The first word is going to be the small, and remaining is going to be the capital.
Yes, got it.
Yeah. But most of the time, we will see this one only. This one, either this one or this one only.
Pascal and snake.
Pascal and snake case. See, this is the kind of names. Otherwise, people even don't know what does it mean. Okay. So people generally use it, but they don't know what is that. Because everybody, I mean, it's not necessary to remember everything, right? So you just need to know how we can write it. But writing the some kind of different style of code or writing the standard of code, that makes you different from others, right? Everyone writes the code, but no one follows the standards. Okay. Anything else?
No, you can
No, right?
continue. Thanks.
Okay. Even we discuss indentation, right? So you guys remember how indentations are, these are very, very important and plays a very important role to maintain the block of code, or actually defines the structure of the code. Otherwise, you don't understand what you're writing and how we are writing and what it has started and where it has ended. So that's why indentation plays a very important role. So indentation is nothing but you try to maintain some spaces in certain block of code. Already I have discussed this example from last two previous classes. If you don't assign space here, it will throw the error. Wait, it's running actually. What it will throw indentation error. Okay. Expected an indent block after if statement at line 1. So you need to give the space. Just try to keep in mind. Okay. So you might have a question, how many spaces I should give? It depends on you. You can give a number of spaces, it doesn't matter. I have given 4 right now. It will work. But first, suppose you have followed 4 spaces. Next, whatever the statement you are going to give, you have to follow the same order. You can't give it like here, this. Okay. Otherwise, it will throw the error. See, I have given 1 space, I have given 2 spaces. If I try to run here, it will again throw the indentation. If I maintain the same line, in the same line, so it won't throw the error. See here, this is one block of code, okay? And this is another if condition. Here you can maintain 4 spaces, here you can maintain 1 space. It depends on, spaces are limited to only that particular block of code. If you are starting with another block of code, the spaces will varies, okay? But at least you have to maintain 1 space. And one more concept we have discussed, comments, right? How comments are very, very important. So it makes the coder life easier, that what you have written, when you go back to the code and you want to see what happened, what I have written. If you write the comments over there, it will be easy for you to, it will save your time. So whatever the code you are writing, just try to write enough in the comment, so you then understand when you go back through it. So this is how you declare the comment hash, and whatever you want to mention about that particular code, you can write here. You can write here, you can write after the code, after the print statement, you can write up here. You can write single comments or you can write multiple comments over here. Depends on your code. And apart from that, you can use triple quotations in order to describe the, if it is going to be the big code and you want to describe more in detail, you can use triple quotations or single quotations. Okay. You can use like this or you can use this one as well. This is kind of 2 ways for declaring the comments. See, when you practice by yourself, you will understand, you will get the doubts more. So try to do hands-on, and you have doubts, you can ask. So this is what we have discussed so far. And let's jump into the data types, okay? So it's the important thing we have to discuss. Okay. Anyone can be like, what do you mean by data type and why it is important? Why data types are important? It's the general basic thing. Okay, just tell me what do you mean by data and why data types are important?
Data types?
So, yes, data types.
I mean, maybe to categorize it, like to separate it, so you could organize, make it more understanding.
Mhm. Yeah, right. Make it more understanding. Okay, here I have written some types of data. Let's discuss one by one in detail. Yeah, say, Tamara.
You said name types. Is it like PDF?
Data types.
I don't know, maybe PDF.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
It's not name. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me go through it. Like I will explain what it is. Just give me a minute.
Okay. All right. Is this from the book that you sent?
No.
Also different. Okay. All right.
But whatever the book you see, it is going to be the same. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
The whole Python follows this kind of data types.
I'm trying to buy the book.
Whatever you are trying to buy,
Yeah, because I'm not.
it is on
Amazon. It's on. I'm not a fan of having it on the screen.
Okay, you're
I
not a
kind of
fan
like
of
to. Yeah, I like to have the physical
e-learner.
book. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
I like paperback. I mean. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Mhm.
Just a minute.
And sorry, I haven't been really interacting for the past two classes because I'm at work. So sometimes I'm really quiet. I can't interact
Yeah,
at
I
work.
got it. Yes, I
Okay.
got it. Okay. For variables, we have seen so far, like I have mentioned integer type, right? One. Next after I mentioned like 1.0 kind of float. This kind of float. This is a kind of int, or this is a short form, or this is called integer. Generally, we call it integer. And we have seen one more thing, like something like if I write as I ask, it's like string, right? We have seen only these three data types so far. These are the data types. So this is the representation of different kinds of data. As Tamara mentioned, we are categorizing the data. So if you can see here, we have almost 4, 5, 6, something like 8 different types of data, right? So most of the data types we go through this thing only. These are very, very important. If you leave this one, we don't use much. So apart from this thing, so these are very, very important. Okay, we have text data, text type. That is string, okay. We have numeric type, integer. So you guys are aware with the integers, right? Integers are nothing but the whole numbers. We don't have decimal values. So it's like 0, 1, 2, -1, -2, okay? Positives and negatives and these are called integers, integer values. Float. So we are going to have decimal values over here. So these are called decimal values with integer number. Okay. And the complex numbers. Complex numbers is a combination of real and imaginary numbers. Real plus imaginary numbers. For example, 1 plus 2j. I think you have seen in mathematics in your school or something. Okay, apart from that, we have sequence types, okay? Sequence list, call it tuple. We will go in detail what is this list, what is tuple, range. When we use this data types, and we have mapping type that is called dict. Dict is nothing but a dictionary. Actually, this is dictionary. So it will try to, it is a combination of key value pair, okay? Is some kind of this structure. key value pair. Then after we have set types. Here we have set types, right? Set, then after frozen set. See, these are very basic. We use it very often, but these are something very, very, very important and very different from all these data types. And everything we try to use in Python, everything goes around this one. List, tuple, dictionary, set. Well, this is a kind of big topics we will discuss in depth. Okay. This is a Boolean type. So Boolean is nothing but either we have true or false. True or false. Okay. So binary type, these are not that much important. Binary types. This is like it will define in the form of binary. Okay. We will define some sort of string over here. It will what memory view do. It will try to show the address of your data. We will see. I will show you in the code part. And none type. I will show you all these things with the help of example that you guys can easily understand. So these are the basic data types we use: text type, numeric type, sequence type, mapping, set types, and Boolean, binary, and non-type. As I said, up to here, very important. And these are the very, like, it will take time. But I think it will take each class for each topic. Definitely. Okay, let's go to the coding part. Okay, now. See, already we have seen integer, and if you want to see the type, what kind of data it is, we have to use type function over here. Let's see the structure of each data type, how it is and how we define. Okay. I have already written for the, let's not take that much of time. So I already had coded here. See, this is the variable name and assign equal assign operator, then it is a string type. So this is the example of text type. Okay. Here, this is the integer. This is integer. This is float. This is the way you assign the values. Have you guys ever heard about the Python is a dynamically typed language? Anyone heard about this one? Python is a dynamic type.
No.
Okay. I will let you know what is that. And it is also the one of very important thing you have to know.
What have you said? Dynamically?
Dynamically typed language.
Okay.
We have statically typed language and dynamic typed language, right? In other programming languages, I think in Java, we try to statically mention the data type of a variable. We declare a variable name, then after int, then after value. But in Python,
Yes.
we don't mention any kind of data type over here. What I mean to say, we don't mention any kind of data type over here. I will let you know about that. I will tell you the differences. Just let me complete this one and I will tell you what is mean by dynamically typed language. So this is the complex number, okay? Up to these three things, it is a numeric type. Next. See, I have mentioned about the Python comments, right? We can write Python comments after declaration of the line of code. We can write whatever you can, it's your kind of style of writing. So next, this is a list. So you declare the list with square braces, front and end. This is list. And this is tuple. And this is range. So all these three things comes under sequence type. Okay. So we have covered this up to here. I'm just telling you how the convention of declaring. Okay. Next. So this is the dictionary. I have mentioned this, right? Mapping type. Here you can see mapping type. So we declared the dictionary like this with the curly braces, and this is a kind of key value pair. I have mentioned here, right? Dictionary is a key value pair. This is going to be the key. We use colon and the value over here. Colon and value. This is kind of dictionary and mapping type. Okay. See, sometimes we see these two are similar, okay, while declaring the curly braces, but this is entirely different. Here we have key value pair, and here
Hello?
Is it the data finished or something?
I was like, is it just me? But I can't hear nothing.
Yeah, I think the data probably finished.
Oh, she used the cards.
No, it's been run from Ashit's end. And maybe the data probably finished. That's how the recording stopped.
am I audible? Sorry, I lost the electricity, so I don't have electricity right.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Is the recording has stopped, Ashish?
Yeah.
No, it's
Ashish.
recording, I think.
Ashish?
Oh no, recording is not stopped.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's recording.
Okay, fine. Okay. We were discussing about this, right? This is a
Summary,
dictionary, and
yeah.
this is a kind of mapping type kind of declaration. Okay. So when you see this seems to be similar, but it is not similar. It is having, there is one separation is there. It is declared by key value pair, and it is it just like we like declare the elements over here. That's it. So whatever is there inside this, we call it as elements, or sometimes we call it as objects as well.
Object what?
Objects.
Oh, okay.
Objects are nothing. Objects are nothing but, like in last class, I said that objects are nothing but the value. When you try to assign the value to a variable, so it becomes objects, and the variable becomes the reference point to that memory location.
Okay.
Okay, let me explain it again, because these are very important. See, when you try to assign a variable name called ABC, something like, let's take list. Okay. Here I have 1, 2, and 3. Okay. What happens? This is the kind of data you are assigning, right? This is the data or value. So when you assign some value or data to the variable, this convert into as object. Okay. So behind the thing, something in the memory. So everything is all about memory, right? We try to save some data into the memory. So this will save into the memory, and this variable is going to the reference point to this object. So what it try to do when you try to use print function, like print ABC, this will directly go to the memory where it has stored this object, and it will fetch the values, and it will show like something like 1, 2, 3. Okay. This is going to be the reference point to the memory location. Variables are going to be the reference point to this object. Understood how the variables are helping us to find out that particular value where it has stored. So it will try to remember the memory locations actually. Labeling. Label or variable. That's what actually variables does.
Okay.
Okay. So this is called actually set. Set. Okay. And this one type, these two are similar, but there is minute differences are there. I will let you know, not right now, because it is going to be very overwhelming if I say everything right now. So we will know when to use this one and when to use this one and when not to use and when to use. So this is related to the set type. Next, this is related to the Boolean or bool. Just like we are having true or false. You have to be very sure that when you try to assign a variable related to the Boolean, the first letter has to be true. Okay. It is, if you don't mention like this, it will throw an error. Okay. So it is case sensitive over here. Booleans are case sensitive over here. Next. Again, this is related to the bytes, byte type, and these three are related to the byte type, which are not that much important. So guys even don't want to know about this, doesn't matter. Again, this one is also important. We will use this none type very often when we want to show that there is something like empty value is there, empty data is there. In that particular thing, we use none. None type a lot. This is called none type. Okay. So this is the way of declaring the data types. All right. Okay. Next, we will see some kind of how we can convert one data type to another data type. Before moving that, I said one thing. Do you guys remember dynamically typed language? Python is a dynamically typed language. What do I mean by this? Okay, so the basic difference is basically what happens in every programming language when we try to assign a value to a variable, you have seen in Python so far, like you have declared like this. But you guys have to ask one question: how Python is understanding what kind of data we are assigning? Python don't know anything. But here we are not mentioning like a int equal to 5, right? We are directly giving us 5. We are directly giving us something like string. We are directly giving us float value. But how Python is understanding? So what is happening? Python itself handles the data type. You don't need to mention like this. This is called statically typed language. Okay, this is called dynamically typed language. See, here we are explicitly assigning the integer data type. Here we are not assigning anything. Python will automatically understand what type of data you are assigning to a variable. It will handle automatically. So that is called dynamically typed language. Got it, the difference? You will see this thing in Java, in some C. I think Digvijay, you did C, right? I think in C we declare like this. Do we declare?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
In
So that's
C,
the
C++,
difference.
we need to declare the data type first.
Exactly. So I need to declare. Okay, that's the difference between. That's the basic, beauty of Python. We don't need to assign anything. Even if you forgot, it will handle automatically. Let me get off from this a variable. Let's assign something like see. Here I have declared one variable and I have just given quotations, right? But what Python here doing, when I try to check it, Python has already understood that it is a string, right? So this is called dynamically typed language. Cause suppose when you have when you're going to face any interviews related to the Python, this
Is it
question
because of the
definitely is
double
going to
quotes
face.
you had in mind?
Yeah,
Because
that is
of the
going to be
double
the
quote.
string.
So that's why he was
Yeah.
able to. Okay. Okay.
Exactly. So this is the kind of declaration kind of structure you have to follow for each and every single kind of data type. Whatever we have discussed so far here, this is the kind of structure. That's how Python can understand this is the string, this is the integer, this is the float, okay, this is the complex, this is the list, and that's why it becomes like dynamically typed language. Okay. Now let's see how we can if you want to assign or declare the variables. For suppose if you want to mention this is the integer type, this is the float type, this is the string type, we can do it in Python as well. I will show you how we can do it. What you can do, you want to name it, you want to see that this is a kind of like integer data type. You want to specifically mention the integer data type. You can use int constructor. We say is as int constructor. Okay. So in that we can give 1 here. First, suppose we have mentioned it as 1.0. It will return 1 only. Python will, this integer constructor will automatically handle that. This is going to be the integer only. First, suppose we have given like 0, 0, 0, 45, okay. But if here you can see, this is string actually, right? I guys are getting, this is actually string. I'm not directly giving the, here I have given, here I have given fruit, here I have given string. Can anyone mute? I don't know where I'm
Mhm.
Okay, so what it will do, this int constructor will automatically convert or give us only 45. Here it is doing two things. Why it is echoing? See, what it will do, it will try to remove these zeros and it will convert string into integer. What we have got? 45 over here. So here what it is doing kind of type casting. We can say this is called type casting, okay? When we want to convert from one data type to another data type, we can use this string constructor and try to convert it. Not only limited to integer, we can use float as well. You can directly need to mention float. For suppose here you are having 6.7 in the form of string, and but you want this as float. What it does, store it, let's store in a variable, okay? Float. See. So if you want to see the type, it has been converted or not, just check it in type function. You will get float. Okay. You can use, we have string as well. For string, we have str. For suppose we have like, let's say 23. This is actually the integer. Sorry. See, this is actually the integer, but I want this as string. Let me store in the variable. See, this has been integer has been converted into string using, this is called type casting actually. We are converting the types from one type to another type. You can convert float to strings, strings to float, integer to floats. This is called type casting. And this is one kind of specifically mentioning the data type. Understood? This is the concept of casting as well. I have covered Python numbers as well. Have seen dynamically typed language. I think today we can close up to here, or else we can go for strings as well. You guys want to go through all this concept and you can go through. Actually, I want to start strings as well, but it will take, I think, 1 more hour. We can continue for the next class. So go through it, revise the concept. Just do hands-on, okay? Practice by yourself. There you can understand what's going on. If you have any doubts, gather it and you can ask in the WhatsApp. Okay, let's end the class here.
So
Have
can I ask a question, please?
Yeah, you can ask.
Yeah.
Okay, let me stop sharing the screen. Yep.
Yeah, I understand this is just for you to write your code, right?
Yeah. This is the first step for like before you need to know the data types for writing the code, right? You need to know the what kind of data you're dealing with. So it's all about the numbers you play with in the code. So you
okay,
need to know the data type.
Okay, maybe I have
Yeah.
to go back and look a previous video because this is the first time I came here. And what about if you want to push your code? What do you use to push the code? Is it GitHub or what do you use to push the code if you want to push it?
GitHub. You can use the GitHub. If you want
Git
me to show that, I will show you for the next session. How we can
Yeah,
push our code to the GitHub.
to the GitHub,
It's a
then
kind of
so then from the GitHub to the server, right? Got you.
GitHub to the server.
Okay.
That's how companies work. Actually, that's how most of the companies work.
because that is exactly what I was looking up to see, just to see, but I understand this is just the basics, so I have to go back to your video, but I'm just trying to imagine it on my head. Okay, this is to write the code, then you're gonna push it to GitHub, then from GitHub to the server.
Okay, GitHub is going to be a little bit advanced because we are still at the very basic level.
Okay.
Yep. When we do some sort of small projects,
Maybe I can make a
I
stop.
will introduce GitHub.
But she's
Maybe I
working
can
from
make
Visual Studio Code.
You said what?
She's working with Visual Studio Code.
No, I mean, that is to write the code, right? I understand what she's doing. That is to write the code.
Okay. Just wait for a sec. I will clear it out. Visual Studio Code is a kind of text editor, and you can use the Visual Studio Code to push your code to the GitHub. You can sync or you can connect your Gmail account of the GitHub to the VS Code, and you will directly connect and you will directly push through the VS Code. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yusuf should know better because I don't understand what he's asking. He should know better.
Understood. No.
Yeah, because
Okay,
the reason I'm saying that is because we did Learners together, so he should understand.
Yes, I understand. Well, I'm only trying to let you know that she's not working from either Windows or.
I'm not talking about Windows, bro.
Guys,
what I'm saying is
see.
she's using this to write the code. Then after writing the code will push to GitHub. Then from GitHub, they will push it to server.
Okay.
I'm imagining it on my head. That's why I'm trying to understand what exactly she's doing.
Guys,
I get your point. Yeah.
I got you guys' points. He's telling that this is a kind of place where we write the code, and the first law is saying, and even saying how we push the code to our GitHub account, right? So we will do both the things through this visual code itself. Okay. Here we have source control. Okay. Here we have initial repository and push to GitHub.
Okay.
Here we are trying to sync our GitHub account to this particular Visual Studio Code and try to directly push it. Okay. Using we don't even use the commands. We can use commands as well. You can directly use this kind of buttons and just directly click on it and directly push. That's it.
Yeah, thank
so
you.
we will see it in further classes. Okay.
Yeah, because the reason I'm saying that because I've used this in the past to write a playbook, Ansible playbook, and we push it from this to GitHub, from GitHub to the server. So I'm trying to, but I've never did anything on Python. So I'm trying to imagine it on my head. Is it something different? But
no,
now that you're okay. So I will have to go back to your previous class to see what you did. Then I can, so that I can meet up.
I will tell you. I will give you the simple plan. What was the 3 sessions has happened so far? So we've had discussed the basics what is Python and the introduction. What is the importance of Python? Then installation part of the softwares, and whatever you have seen right now. This is what we have discussed. Nothing more than that. That's it.
Yeah, I still have to watch the video to see how. I just saw it on the group chat now. I'll go through it so that I can set it up. I can understand this Python Dynamica type of language. So I have basic knowledge before when you start in the next class. I will have more idea.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Take the help of ChatGPT or Copilot and search the Python and what's the basic thing and data types. You will understand it better. Yeah.
Okay.
Festus, please hit me up, okay? Abeng.
Oh, Shane, I ain't got it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, after the stop. Thank you, bro.
Me, I have to. Oh, for something different or
And now for something different, right? Right after
Oh,
that.
okay, no problem then.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, then I'm
Okay,
leaving
then.
class, okay?
Uh,
Bye, guys.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Bye, bye. Okay, then like I will update when is the next class is going to be and watch the previous videos. Okay.
Okay, we
We
will
will
do
see in
that.
the next session. We will discuss next topic is string. So if you
All
want,
right,
you
please
are
share the
interested, go
video.
through the string.
Hayat.
Yeah, we will share the video.
Okay.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Digvijay. Ashish. Ashish. Ashish.
रहेगी क्या सर?
Oh my God.
Okay.